no, but that document said this. And I'm like, but that never happened. No, well, it's there, black and white. Because remember as well, ghetto people, the majority are anti-authority. So we have a certain mindset. You understand me? We have a certain mindset. So we're all kind of on the same side. They're like, lad, listen, you don't do this. You need to stop doing that. You need to do this. You know, they're giving me more almost strategy. I raved with them for years. I raved with them, like raving, weekends. Go there, off your tits. Just raving days.
Did it ever get mad? Like, did you not have to face anything mad?
Not really, cause I was just one young guy that was with 10 or 15 females. That's how it was. The hypocrisy of the people that say they're there to do a job that is, you know, to teach people not to do wrong when then themselves are doing wrong. It's very difficult. Like the lies, when you look at some documents and you're like, what the fuck is this? How? And it is a person in a position that is destroying you with the pen. And it's lies. And then that goes to your next chapter of that journey. It goes with you as almost a record of truth. So going forward, it's like, no, but that document said this. And I'm like, but that never happened. No, well, it's there, black and white. I'm like, so what does that mean? Because if you're not playing ball, or someone takes a dislike, a little nasty individual can go and just write stuff and put things on computers about, and it can affect you going on certain reviews, certain things where you're trying to make progression. It can affect you. So yeah, I've because I was very, very anti. So I can now see how, if they're not going to come to you directly, then they're going to come to you indirectly. And what they'll do, they'll mess up your record. I think people are people, and people haven't really changed that much out here. Obviously, technology's changed, has changed things majorly, but people are still people. People that can't come to you directly will probably come through the back door and try and stab you in the back. There's so many low moments that it's hard to call one. There's so many, like the fact that you're away. Like, a lot of my criminality was for me to make it easier for myself and my loved ones. So the fact that I'm away and I can't do that was painful for me in that mindset. Another, I don't know if it's a low moment, but it's a moment where you have to just deal with. And I experience quite a lot of first-hand police corruption. So where deliberate lies, evidence being tampered with, things just turn up that could never have been there, but they had to be there to support their case, their agenda, which I actually now can understand. I don't say I agree, but I understand why. I understand that I was a problem. No one likes problems. So that's the simplest way I can say that something needed to be done. So I understand why somebody would put their job on the line. I understand their mindset in how they see the world, in what is right and wrong. So I understand that, okay, now at the time I would more respond in a revengeful way. Mentally, I would respond in a revengeful way. The process in my mind would be around revenge. But now, from this mindset, I understand. It's very difficult. It was years of being that person, and the results of what was coming of being that person pushed me to wanting to change. I got tired of the life, the bullshit, the liars, the prison, the sentences, the people, the environment, the mindsets. Prison for me was just an occupational hazard. It wasn't like a nightmare for me. It was just in prison. There's lots and lots of mad moments. One prison, the whole energy and vibe of that prison for that year. I think there was 11 suicides in that jail that I was in that year. A whole complex load of issues and situations that obviously resulted in that happening. But it's management, it's understaff, it's circumstances from outside. People are coming in with drug habits. You can't take someone from having a drug habit and just stop it today. So if you take them from the road and put them in prison today and they can't get it, no, they're going to be in a really, really low place. I personally didn't really fight in prison. Not really. I didn't get moved to either. I think it's a few things why. I also know how to use extreme violence.
Yeah.
So that also can go in your favor.
Okay.
Also, it's got a lot to do with how you deal with people.
True.
I ended up getting convicted for an arms importation, arms, guns, handguns, grenades, rockets, and explosives. That's what I got convicted for. I also got convicted for a money depot robbery, So that's why I say serious criminality. There's so many. When you look at something from the outside, it's difficult. No one can really understand how somebody gets from this to that. But if you have an open mind and you're very understanding, and you have a little bit of knowledge, it makes a lot more sense on how somebody got from A to B.
Through your networks.
Through the networks, and I obviously wanted there's an element of you have to be accountable, and there's an element of me wanting to be at that level.
Be careful what you wish for, type of thing.
Yeah, and that's why jail wasn't that difficult for me, because it wasn't like I was one of these codees that was just connected to a set of guys. I was doing my thing. It never goes. Everything that you experience throughout your whole life, there's negatives and there's positives, because I learned routine in prison. I learned the value of time in prison. I educated myself in prison. I learned I become very domesticated in prison.
How did it affect your mindset?
I personally became pretty anxious. Like there's so much uncertainty that it creates anxiety. So I didn't really know that I was really suffering with that, but
Not many people talk about that.
I don't know why. Maybe they have some type of uncomfort in discussing. But them environments, they're unnatural. So no matter how much of this bravado or how much of this big type of character somebody puts on, you're just a man at the end of the day, bottom line. And it's not natural to be in a cage for thousands and thousands of days. So if it didn't affect you, then I don't believe you. Well, the myth, what comes to mind is that it's all good. And I mean all good in the sense of it's gonna end in some type of win, some type of victory.
What's the reality?
The reality is it's very short term. It's very fake. The people are very fake. And it probably will seem like you're going 2 steps forward, but actually it probably sets you back 10 steps. It's just experiences.
Just learning lessons.
Just lessons. There's nothing I can do about the past, or the only one thing I can do is learn.
Okay. And so then
I can't even hold on to being sorry too long. I can only say sorry a certain amount of times to any one of my victims. I made a lot of victims, so as much as I'm sorry, I have to move on.